Welcome to How to Win Friends and Influence People, College Edition.
I'm your host, Pauline, an all-right gal majoring in journalism and communications.
And I'm Gabriel, a regular cool cat majoring in psych.
Welcome to our dedicated time in which us two naive 20-something-year-olds discuss our attempts on applying Dale Carnegie's principles of communication to our own youthful lives.
Yo, I don't want you recording me talking about fucking watching kids dancing in their rooms.
TikTok?
Nah, bro, on IG.
You've made a TikTok or two before.
I have made a TikTok. Do you remember Alexa Machado?
Oh my gosh.
The first day that I posted that, she's like, "This looks fun. I'm gonna try to learn the dance from watching you." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, bro, I'd love to see that. And then she said, like, the next day, she was like, I tried a bit, but I couldn't get it. I'm gonna try some more tomorrow.
Oh my God.
I swear. I think on the third day, I reached out. I don't even remember how it went, but she was just like, I couldn't really get it. I think I'm gonna put it to rest. And I was just like, okay.
See, we shoot like too much shit, dude. This maybe am I like effing myself over? Am I thinking that we're just funny and people would be interested in our conversations?
I mean, listen, it's like this is probably a good, this is a safe space to find out in, right? A college class, like think about it. At least we're not putting in our YouTube where people could be like, who the fuck are these people? And like, why the fuck do we care? At least your peers have to care. You know what I mean?
Okay, cut. Okay. Anyway, so today we are talking about one of our favorite books. It's almost like a game to us that we apply this book.
I wouldn't say it's a game, more like an experiment in which you can plug and play variables.
So are you telling me, Gabriel, that people are projects to you?
No. Like experiments. I just said it. Like
get with the program, Pauline.
Yeah, you just literally, you just try out, every day is a new trial. How am I going to approach the day? What kind of attitude will I have? Attitude is the variable. Or,
okay.
No, seriously, think about it.
Attitude is the variable? Okay.
You can break this down. If I wake up in a pissy mood, every one of my interactions are going to be dictated by my pissy mood, whether I want it to be or not, or even if I want it to be. If I just want to be upset that day, you know what I mean? I just woke up on the wrong side of bed.
Yeah. One of the experiments or one of the principles from Dale Carnegie's book is
become genuinely interested in other people. Dale Carnegie would advise that if you're trying to get people to like you. That is one of the 6 ways he has enumerated for us today.
That's very much easier said than done. How do you be interested in something that you don't give a flying fork for?
And see, this is where I counter. It's really easy. You just have to remind yourself that people live their own independent lives. Whatever they do consumes their whole life. You just have to become inquisitive. You have to be like, what do you do? Like, tell me something interesting. And then you have to leave it up to them. And even then, if it's not interesting, just be like, wow, that must have been a lot. Just become interested in the person. Just like, how did you feel when that happened?
But that's the thing. Some people don't have that, what we like to call emotional intelligence. From what I understand from this principle is to genuinely be interested in what the other person is interested in. The way that I translate that is to hold on.
But you're misquoting. It's become genuinely interested in just other people, not what they're interested in.
Okay. Be genuine. Okay. Good correction. Be genuinely interested in other people. The way that I translate that is be intentional in your interactions with other people.
But it's not even like, listening to them open up about their life and all the trials and tribulations. Just like little shit. I was talking to a guy sitting at the bar. I was doing homework and I couldn't do homework because he was just talking to me about about F1 racing because I made a comment about the baseball game on TV and he then knew I liked sports. And then he started telling me about the sports that he liked for whatever reason. And we were talking about F1 racing for at least 3 hours.
Dang, how could you be doing homework by the bar?
Well, because I was just sitting there with my laptop out. I wasn't drinking or anything. I was just sitting at the bar, hanging out with the bartender.
Anyway, okay. So there's this quote that says, you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you.
Ask questions, become inquisitive, care about the mundane and the trivial. People like to hear their own voice.
And what you're saying is true, but I also feel like you have to have a certain, if you're going to do this, especially, and that goes for the whole book, like you have to be a certain kind of person to be able to apply all of this, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, you already kind of have to. Well, no, because that's Dale Carnegie's whole argument. Anybody could apply these. You just have to really try. For real.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Anybody can apply them, but the condition is that you genuinely have to apply it. And I don't think a lot of people have even reached that point in their life where they genuinely want to be they're going to be like, oh, I don't need friends. How to win friends? I need you to translate what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. One time I recommended this book to somebody and she looked at me like really like, that's fucked up. I don't need to learn how to make friends. And then I told her like, listen, I'm pretty good at making friends, right? Already. I read the book anyway because it's a great fucking book. Like you could just learn a lot about, communication and psychology because this is really just all it is. It's about learning what makes people tick. And all people are social animals.
Goes back to if you don't apply these things and are not conscious of these behaviors, then you're so missing an opportunity to network, to make money, to also just like live a really full life.
Right.
Be basically down to the bottom, like boil it down is be genuinely interested in others. For me, I can see how I can be genuinely interested in others, but for other people, that seems like such a idealistic blanket statement. How do you make that tangible for somebody who's wanting to do that?
Interest manifests itself in different ways. Like doing somebody a favor would convey to them that I am, willing to do something beyond myself for them. It's little things.
You have to
listen, you have to
be conscientious of your actions and your thoughts and intentional about them. Some people just really don't understand that and they can't pass that level.
Okay, so then I got a question.
Fine.
You've been asking me how I show interest. How do you feel like someone is interested in you? What makes you feel like what makes you say, okay, this guy definitely likes me or is interested with him?
Wow. Like did you have to ask the complete wrong person for this question?
See, let's hear it.
I'm really good. This is a really good question. I'm really good at showing that I'm interested in somebody as a person, and I'm really good at being intentional with others. I am horrible at determining whether somebody else is genuinely interested in me, whether that be as a normal friend or even romantically. And that's because I tend to overthink things and I project thoughts onto other people that are not true, which I have been working on because I'm like, okay, Pauline, that's not good. Like you can't implant your thoughts into other people. Like let them have their own mind.
Right.
Don't that's not fair to them. And that's how I've been holding myself accountable. But I myself am not good at determining whether or not somebody else is genuinely interested in me. It has been a process. There is one guy in one of my classes where sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, we're good friends. We're connecting, we're clicking. And then other times I can't read him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it. He hates me. I'm his rival. He's my rival. We are enemies. And I'm just going to do everything in class better than he does to assert my dominance, which is so toxic. But we're getting better. We're getting to a better place. We're just not minding that.
You just have to remember that people don't fucking care.
No.
People only care about themselves.
Yes.
as narrow-minded and as cynical as that may sound, my life is everything in front of me.
I was telling them about the spotlight effect and how people think that everybody is always watching them. Nobody cares about you, dude.
And
Nobody
listen, that's
cares.
not entirely true. In context,
yes.
if you're
in context,
presenting in front of class,
yes, obviously, yes,
definitely. me, I have crazy anxiety at the self-checkout. I pay for my own fucking groceries because for whatever reason, I'm like, oh God, I'm taking long. Like, even though I'm not, I'm a regular customer at a regular speed, but I freak the fuck out. Even though I know, no one's watching, no one cares.
Yeah.
If they're looking at me, it's only to be like, is he done yet?
Yeah.
Can I go? Like they're not like, man, this guy's taking a long time and he's fat and he
Oh my gosh.
Like
You
they're not
really
thinking anything. But I'm like tearing myself up, just like, damn, what are they looking at right now? I bet they think my shirt is stupid. Like, dude, and crazy anxiety at the self-checkout. Anywhere else, I don't know. It's not there. But like at self-checkout, for whatever reason, flip the fuck out.
Oh my gosh, I hope you're not thinking that you're fat when you're at the self-checkout.
All the time. All the time.
What
Only
the
at the
heck, Gabriel?
I don't know. Like, what do other people see from behind? I swear, that's all this is.
Well, with that one friend in my class, what ended up happening was instead of me trying to like, and I didn't know I was doing this for a while, but instead of me trying to like gain, like where you gain his approval,
and you steal his soul.
They did not know I was having any trouble. I was just having internal trouble with that person. Now I don't have that as much because what I realized before, the way that I felt toward that person, I wanted to be friends with them, but I also like, I wanted to gain something from them. And that was their approval through their friendship. And it took me like a couple months to realize that wasn't working. And that if I really wanted to be friends with that person and learn from them, then I couldn't, one thing I couldn't expect from them wasn't their approval.
Right. Like, you know, you're going to accept me of your own accord, but like, I'm still going to be myself.
Yeah.
For you to accept me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Just because, like, you know, to circle back to the topic at hand, I can be as genuinely interested in someone as I want to be. It should make them, you know, feel a certain type of way, but it won't always.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And that is totally okay.
Right. Like, you know, just got to keep on chugging.
Yeah.
On that happy note, I think that was a pretty good first podcast. I think we should wrap up.
I'll send you the raw file and you'll be like, why the heck? This makes no sense. Okay, well, good night, Gabriel.
Lovely conversation. Deuces.
I'll text you on your birthday.
I'm looking forward to it.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.
This has been an episode of How to Win Friends and Influence People, College Edition.
If you make any new friends, remember to think about us.